Hey, I'm Shelly Palmer. I'm here in Austin, Texas. We're with the brand Innovators Group, and it is one of the greatest days of all time because I am with Andrea Vitali. That may be a name you don't know, but he's the Senior Marketing Director for Mattel Vehicles. And if you don't know what a Mattel vehicle is, I'm going to tell you. It's a Matchbox car. It's a Hot Wheels car. It's the Pixar cars. It's every car you ever loved and dreamed of. Andrea, so great to see you.
Great to see you. Great to meet you.
Yeah, thanks. So tell me everything I need to know about like what's happening in Hot Wheels and Matchbox, because those are things I love from a long time ago.
A lot is happening actually, really a lot, especially on Hot Wheels. We are building Hot Wheels as really a real franchise right now. So of course you know Hot Wheels for the cars. So we were talking earlier actually, you grew up with Hot Wheels and everyone has a Hot Wheels story, right? It's a brand that is more than 55 years old, but we are in a new chapter for the brand because we are really making Hot Wheels a franchise. So of course we will continue developing. We continue developing these amazing toys. Hot Wheels is the most sold toy in the world per Circana. That is the marketing research firm. It's been for a few years the number one, so the most sold toy in the world.
Not surprising, by the way. They're awesome in every way.
They're awesome. They are cheap. And they are everywhere in the world. Any store that sells toys sells Hot Wheels basically because they are really very accessible.
Fun fact, adults are buying Hot Wheels now.
A lot. I mean, we estimated that up to 30% of people that are buying Hot Wheels, it's adults that are buying for themselves. And it's more and more, we see in the toy market actually a phenomenon called kidults. So these are these adults that are buying for them. They are still kids because we all are kids, right, in our heart. And many of them, they are still buying Hot Wheels for themselves and more actually of them.
That's amazing.
So it's really amazing. And so yes, we will, of course, our focus is developing amazing toys, but then we're really becoming a franchise. So we're actually very excited because just this week, we launched our Netflix show. It's an animated series called Hot Wheels Let's Race. Mm-hmm. It launched in all the countries in the world where Netflix is present. And it's been a huge success already in the first couple of days. And we keep hearing about kids that are watching this show again and again. So we already been in the content development for a long time. We have a YouTube channel that is one of the top YouTube channels for kids. But now we're working also with partners like Netflix, for example, for really bringing our IPs into life in the content space even in a stronger way. We're working on a movie we announced last year. We're super excited, of course. We're coming from the heels of the huge success of the Barbie movie.
I was going to say, the Barbie movie did pretty good, so you've got a high bar you have to match.
Just a little bit high. Yeah, oh my God.
Pretty high bar to match.
Just a little bit. Yes, it's going to be awesome because we have on board J.J. Abrams. So he's a Bad Robot, that is his production house, is going to produce the Hot Wheels movie. So we're very excited about this one. We have a theme park in Arizona that is going to be a Mattel theme park, where 4 of the attractions are Hot Wheels attractions. So we're going to have 2 roller coasters and 2 go-karts that are going to be Hot Wheels themed.
Amazing.
We have a lot of other lines of business that are developing. We're consumer products. We have amazing partnerships with a lot of lifestyle brands. We have a publishing business. So we really are expanding Hot Wheels more and more as a franchise.
So let me ask you a question about that. I think it's easy to understand because of how popular Hot Wheels are and were, that you can line extend. But what are the dangers of that kind of line extension when you're, for other CMOs and other people who are stewards of great brands, and you are a steward of a great brand, what are the things you look out for? What are the things that you're cautious about when you're thinking about expanding the reach of Hot Wheels?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's very easy to get lost just expanding randomly, and then you lose your compass, right? We don't lose our compass because our compass is very strong, and we really have a very strong brand foundation. We have a very strong brand purpose that actually we are more and more communicating to our consumers. And everything we do for the brand needs to be tying back to our positioning, our brand foundations, our brand purpose. So we really we're very tight on how we manage our expansions because we really want to make sure that everything we do is talking the same language to consumers. And everything that we do encompasses our brand purpose, that is igniting the challenger spirits in each one of us. So it's just a great opportunity really to increase touch points with our consumers, to have new consumers coming on board. For example, we're talking about adults. We know there is a huge potential of people that love cars, and that they see our toy products, and they realize how cool it is that, and then they start buying that. So we are also enlarging our targets to adults, for example, to new targets. But every time we expand, we do it through without losing sight of what is the foundation of our brand. This is very important. So it's a great question because it's very, very important for us.
So you are in charge of vehicles.
Yeah.
Vehicles include Matchbox cars.
Yes.
Now, Matchbox cars predate Hot Wheels. I can attest to that because they're my first collectible cars were Matchbox cars. Now, I love Hot Wheels, but I have a fond spot in my heart for Matchbox cars. You must have a favorite. So how do you not play favorites with your brands here, all of which are cool but very different?
Yeah, I mean, Hot Wheels and Matchbox, as you say, they are very different. So when I was a kid, I was playing. Hot Wheels was not big in Italy. I'm Italian, so it was not big when I was a kid. So I was working with more reality-based toys, and Matchbox is all about recreating reality. So they are really the replica of what you see in the real world. They have a spin of adventure, so our brand is all about being more adventurous, but it's really the replica of the car. While Hot Wheels is all about design and performance. So the same car can have a Hot Wheels version and a Matchbox version. So to answer to your question, I grew up with Matchbox style reality-based cars, so it's what is more in my heart from my childhood. But now that I'm in both brands, I love Hot Wheels and love what it stands for, and I really love the Hot Wheels products because they are amazing, amazing car design and amazing performance.
Well, I can't argue in any way with any of that, and I might be one of those kidults that buys for myself here and now, maybe a little bit. Who's a challenger to Matchbox? Is there competition? Is there even such a thing as competition to a Matchbox car or a Hot Wheels car, or are you guys just own the market?
So there are a few competitors here and there. There are more local competitors across the world, so there is not a brand that is as big as Hot Wheels, for example, globally. But also the toy market is a very competitive market, so we compete for the attention of kids. And we know there are a lot of huge brands in the construction aisle, for example, or in other lines. So kids, we all compete for the times of kids and the heart of kids. But yes, in the vehicle space, we are pretty strong.
So that's where I was going to take you. It's once someone asked one of my fast food hamburger restaurant CMOs who their competition was, and the person said, everybody who's looking for a $20 bill from someone who might eat a hamburger is my competition, because I really would rather them spend the $20 at Burger King than anywhere else doing anything else. Don't buy a T-shirt, don't buy paper towels, don't buy gas, come and buy a hamburger. So in your case, you're really competing with everybody who's looking for the hearts and minds of children and kids at heart. So what are the key principles? What are the first principles, the way you think about marketing when you're going after capturing the hearts and minds of the audience?
Yeah, marketing, of course, evolved a lot. Kids evolved. Kids today are very different from the kids of years ago. When I started in Mattel 16 years ago, 16 years ago, I started in Italy. Marketing for kids was much easier because you would have a strong TV commercial. Right. There was such thing as the internet. So TV commercial, kids would buy the toy they see in TV, and that's it. Media buying was super easy because you had few channels, so it was much easier. Today, it's more complex, but it's also much more exciting because you need to conquer kids through experiences, content. So content is very important for us now. So for example, that's why we're working, for example, with Netflix. We work on our own content we develop for our YouTube channels. We work on social media for parents or adult fans. So you really need to have a multi-channel approach, a multi-format approach. Sure. So it's everything and anything that you can think about marketing. Marketing for toys is amazing because you really touch all the touch points that you can imagine, because you need to deliver experiences, content, conversion on TV commercials. You talk to kids, but then you talk to adults also with very different messaging. You talk to parents because you want parents are the gatekeepers, so you need to talk to them to convince them to buy your brand. So it's very exciting. It's very, very exciting. We just developed, for example, a brand campaign to talk to parents, to share with parents. And actually, I'm going to talk about this on Sunday here at Brand Innovators. So we're going to share this brand campaign where we communicate to kids, to parents, what is the purpose of playing with Hot Wheels and what kids get out of playing with Hot Wheels. Because every time they play with Hot Wheels, they ignite what we call the challenger spirit. Playing with Hot Wheels is a reiterative process where you try, you fail, and then you try again and again and again. You never give up until you make it. And this really develops what is really tying back to the growth mindset in kids. So we're very excited about this new campaign because we're sharing with parents that not only it's an awesome toy, but when the kids are playing with that, they're developing themselves, they're growing, and it's very powerful.
I can tell you as a parent and a grandparent, the idea that you are pulling children's eyes away from their devices and having them concentrate on building in the real world and experimenting in the real world and learning the physics of the real world and seeing what works and what doesn't work. It's a wonderful, wonderful service, and the toys are outstanding. Andrea Vitali from Mattel, thank you so very much for being here.
Thank you. It was great to touch up with you.
Good luck. Send me some Matchbox cards.
I will for sure. Thank you.